Hello everyone, I am one of your two hosts, Jesse James of PlayStation Players. This is our very first video on this channel, but first, before we get into today's topic, I have a huge, and I mean grand, announcement to make, and that we are giving away a free, brand new copy of Injustice 2. Yes, you heard me, a free, brand new copy of Injustice 2 for PlayStation 4. Now, all you have to do is just stick around to the end of the video to find out how you can possibly win yourself that free copy. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on our Sony E3 2017 predictions video. So I'm going to ease you guys in a little bit. I'm going to take you guys slowly, and we're going to go ahead and tell you the safe bets that I have. Because I don't think that this E3, I think this E3 is going to be focused more on the present rather than the future. And what I mean by that is that I expect this E3 to be more about the announcements that Sony's already made in the past couple of E3s, because they've made a bunch of huge announcements that have made people go crazy about the games they have coming up and the lineup they have. So I think this E3, they're going to focus on stuff they've already announced and first-party games they've already announced, and I don't think we're going to see any real crazy announcements. We may see one or two. That's my prediction. We'll probably see one or two, but I'll get into that later. So first, I expect to see some Days Gone gameplay and probably a story trailer that could be, tell us a little bit more about how we play, different mechanics, different things that you can do. Like, I heard, for example, that there's this type of mechanic in the game where your bike breaks down and you have to go look for gas, and that seems kind of interesting. So I'll be looking forward to some Days Gone. I mean, it's another zombie game, but I expect something good from Sony Bend. They've been working on this game for a long time. And this is, like I said, a first-party exclusive. We know that, so I expect this game to actually even be the fall release date game of 2017 for Sony. Now, moving on next, we have Sony Santa Monica. They'll probably be showing off even more gameplay for God of War that we got last year. And I expect to see some of the classic battling huge, crazy, scary monsters and the huge action set pieces. That's what I expect to see. I expect to see some gameplay like that, and probably a new story trailer to give us an idea of what we're getting into this time. And as for the release date on that, I'd probably say maybe February, March, early 2018. That probably somewhere around there. And excuse me, next we have Detroit Become Human, which is from Quantic Dreams, the makers of Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. Two games that I really, really enjoyed playing. I love narrative gaming. I love the choices that you make, similar to games that Telltale makes. I think the concept is interesting, and I expect some actual gameplay, because we got a tease of gameplay last year, but I expect some actual hard, good gameplay this year, and probably a new character announcement. They've said in the past that there's going to be more than one playable character, so probably a new character announcement trailer, and I expect this game to come out sometime in 2018, maybe summer, maybe in the fall of 2018. Next we have SpiderMan PS4, which is the working title right now from Insomniac Games. Now Insomniac, I think, is the perfect studio for this, because they have, they've made games like Ratchet and Clank, and they've made Sunset Overdrive, which is a game where you can just move around seamlessly inside the game. So I think they're perfect for a Spider-Man game. But I expect us to get an actual title, because of course we don't have one now. I probably expect a story trailer, and we'll probably see our first gameplay of it with a release window, probably something like fall of 2018. Similar to that. I don't think we're going to get an actual release date. We'll probably get some Last of Us. This game probably isn't until 2019, but we can expect to see some kind of other teaser similar to what we got at PSX last year. And maybe a cutscene from the game, but I don't expect any gameplay for this. But we all know, as PlayStation fans, we are hyped as hell for this. Next up we have Death Stranding, and I don't expect any gameplay yet. You would think, okay, they showed something at PSX, they showed something at E3 last year. Maybe now we'll get some gameplay? Probably not. I expect maybe just a trailer that shows a little more about the story, gives us a little bit more of a sense of what's going on in this world, because it's not horror. Kojima said that himself, I think, that it's not horror. So I'm interested to see what it's about. Maybe he'll show off another Hollywood actor friend of his, and maybe, who the hell knows, Emma Stone or Jim Carrey or someone crazy will be in this game. I mean, we'll have to see. We can expect to see some third-party games like Call of Duty World War II active at the conference. Probably some Destiny 2, some Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which I'm a little hesitant about right now. It looks fun, and I like the dynamic of having the Infinity Stones in there. to change up characters' gameplay. But I'm a little worried about the small roster right now. So hopefully at this E3 they show off they show off more of the roster, if not most of the roster by then. Maybe some for Marvel's side, you could have some more MCU characters like Ant-Man and Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch. And for Capcom, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not the biggest Capcom guy, but I'd love to see more characters from both sides. It's a game that I'm interested in getting as long as they have a good roster and some good gameplay. There's also Battlefront 2 from EA and Star Wars. A lot of people were disappointed with the first one and the lack of content, but it looks like they're making up for it so far, so we'll have to see what they do. They might show off some gameplay at EA, but at EA's conference, but we all know EA likes to focus on their sports games that most people don't pay attention to. I mean, I do, but most people don't. So they might show off a little bit at their own conference and then let Sony show off more of Battlefront 2 at theirs. We'll probably get some Horizon Zero Dawn DLC, which is a huge popular game that, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's sold the most copies of any brand new IP, first party exclusive for PS4. So that's a huge accomplishment. And they've already confirmed DLC for it. So, we can expect to probably maybe see some DLC announcements there at E3. And we all know, of course, we're getting Uncharted 4 The Lost Legacy DLC, which I'm not too interested in myself, which is a shame because I love Uncharted. I love that franchise to death, but I don't really want to follow Nadine and Chloe around for 10 hours. I mean, if you guys are fans of those characters, great, and I'm happy for you, but those two characters just aren't for me. Another possibility maybe would be a sequel to Bloodborne 2. Again, a game that I never really got the chance to play, I know, but it looks a little too hard for someone like me, but I know it has its fans, so there's a good chance that it'll probably get a sequel because it was also very successful. I've seen some people talking about maybe a chance of a sequel to Until Dawn or The Order 1886, and those two games, I don't think we're gonna get any sequels to them, at least not anytime soon. We know Sucker Punch Studios has a new announcement to make for their game. They haven't done anything since Infamous Second Son, so I expect to see their new game, which according to some concept art leaks, might be a mix of superhero and western genres, which sounds awesome to me. So maybe we'll get an announcement, trailer, and a little bit of gameplay. Now onto the crazy predictions. I think, hear me out here, my crazy prediction is that we get a PlayStation All-Stars sequel announced with Spider-Man as a PlayStation character, as a playable character for us, because we all know Spider-Man has a strong connection with Sony in the films and in their games. So, I mean, hey, it's crazy, but it's certainly possible. Under a new development, of course, because Superbot Entertainment, I think, has gone on their own, or Sony shut them down. So, new developers. Also, there's possible new Devil May Cry. I think we could get a new Devil May Cry, and I'm one of the few people who likes the new Dante. I'd be all up for a new Devil May Cry game. We'll see if Capcom, if they were to announce that. And another crazy prediction, which goes in tie with my PlayStation All-Stars, is that we get a racing mascot game, like All-Star Racing or something. I mean, how fun would it be to race around in little carts as like Kratos or like Nathan Drake? I just think that'd be hilarious and so much fun. Of course, maybe it could be a ripoff of Mario Kart Racing, but I mean, hey, I want to have some fun. So that's it. That's just a quick rundown of some, predictions that we have for you guys here on this channel. But now, if you've stuck around this long, you're probably wondering, okay, how do I get a free copy of Injustice 2 for the PS4? Well, let me go ahead and tell you right now. All you have to do is leave a comment on this video, be a subscriber, like this video, and share it with your friends. And, once we get past 150 subscribers, we're going to be doing this giveaway, and there's going to be plenty more giveaways to come in the future, so just be aware of that. Like I said, just like this video, comment, be a subscriber, and share this video with your friends. This is going to be Jesse James. See you later.